Welcome everybody. I would say this is another edition of Mark's Madness, but it's really not. This is I haven't done a video in a while, and there's been a lot going on in my life and my friends' lives around me. It's like the devil's really on a warpath, and he's striking hard at families and people right now, more so than ever. And all joking aside, because I like to have fun like everyone else, but I work with two other pastors. I guess you can say we're motorcycle preachers. Have been for some time now. And I knew the severity of the last days coming on, but I don't know if too many of you are aware that they said there's this new virus out there, but it's really not a virus. It has to do with the 5G program that's fixing to be launched. It affects the air, oxygen, and it's targeting older people right now because they get sick easier. And if you know anything about the New World Order, they said that they must reduce the population of the earth by a certain percentage, and they want to go to one currency, one world order, and it's coming. It's coming faster than I thought. I mean, I thought we were going to at least be getting the microchips in the hand before we got anything else, because that's how you're going to buy and sell. If you don't accept their Lord, which is Lucifer, you won't be able to buy and sell. And then, of course, they're going to be using guillotines on people. And this is not science fiction. If you've read Revelation and you've kept up with what's going on in our society, just look around you. You got people walking into churches shooting people boldly. Come on. Have you ever heard of anything like that in your entire life? Children walking around with guns shooting each other. I didn't think I'd live to be 63, to tell you the truth. I was so wild in my younger days, and riding with that motorcycle gang, I didn't know how long I'd live anyway. I was always dodging bullets. But God turned my life around and changed all that. And lo and behold, I got ordained, and who would have thought, right? But it troubles me to see what's going on in the world today. Our neighborhoods, our communities. And I'm also a motivational speaker, so I'm always trying to, encourage people and lift them up. But I'm finding it hard to find that little extra strength of get him up, go to share with people, because I'm really trying to figure out what direction to go and where do we just sit back and let this happen to us? Do we, is God's in control? We already know the outcome and the ending, but what can we do in the meantime is what I ask myself. One of my pastor friends turned me on to this link on YouTube that I'll share with you later on. And this lady that's done research into this so-called vaccine, this new virus, and they had an entire cruise ship that was isolated, and they were testing it out on them. It's all documented. She's digging. She's gonna be a target by media. In fact, she held up cards with things written on it so she wouldn't say it verbally, because I don't know if you know, this is how YouTube, our phone system, they have trigger words that people can say, like bomb or death or this on. And all of a sudden, a light turns on somewhere in some little room. There's a guy monitoring stuff. And all of a sudden, you get tagged, and all of a sudden, everything, your whole life is in a book. They got a file in front of them. You have to be really careful. They'll take you off of YouTube. They'll make your videos disappear. They'll all kinds of stuff. If you don't think they're capable of doing that, who killed Kennedy? Ask yourself that right quick. All right, yeah. If you can eliminate the president of the United States in this country, get by with it, and then put it off for 80 more years before anyone can find out the truth, boy, you must be eating the right cereal, huh? Now, you know, and I know what's really going on. When they took prayer out of school back in the 60s, 70s, that was the start of the downfall of our race, humanity. While people are busy fighting one another over color and prejudice, I mean, that's a cancer in itself. I had nothing to do with what happened 300 years ago. I mean, I hang my head. I march all the time with Martin Luther King Commission here in Little Rock. I marched through Harrison, Arkansas, the KKK capital. I'm not ashamed, While we're fighting each other in the front yard, the devil's coming in the back stealing everything we have and laughing at us. I mean, just laughing at us. And I think that's sad. To think that that black boy and that white boy out there fighting, one of those two could have been saved by each other's blood in an emergency room. You wouldn't even know it. So why does it matter, you know? You ever notice kids, when they're really young, playing in a playground, in a sandbox? Mexicans, whites, blacks, they're all just hugging on each other until someone teaches them how to hate. What are we missing? What key element is our society lacking? Besides anger and hatred, we can take that off. We know what that is. But, you know, Christ said, let the little children come unto me. So there must be something about children. They're still clean, in a sense, you know, for a little bit. We need to be more Christ-like and more childlike in our actions, everything we do and we say, and be mindful of that. And I say that to me too. And you may sit back and go, "Oh, it ain't gonna matter if I do it. I look at our country. You look at this." I beg to differ. You know, when Jesus walked up on that crowd, and they were fixing to stone that lady. He said, "If you be free of sin, you throw that first rock." Funny thing happened that day. Nobody threw a stinking rock anywhere. They dropped them out of their hands and walked away. Don't you think there's some things we need to walk away from? And maybe focus on some of the more important things, like how do we help one another? Like he asked us to do in the first place. The greatest thing a man can do is lay down his life for another human being. I don't know about you, but I would lay my life down in a heartbeat. I love my Lord and Savior. I love this country. And I just don't want to see it go down the tubes. And I will not go quietly into that good night. I'm going to take me kicking and screaming, baby. I'm not going to be just laying down for nobody, no how, nowhere, no way. You have to take it from me. My right, my dignity, my family. No, I'm not giving any of that up. You got me completely bent. And if we all stand up together, our voices do matter. But until we do that as human beings and people, we'll never know the true outcome, will we? You know, my mother told me before I lost her when I was 25 years old. She was only 48 to cancer, you know. She used to give me these little tidbits of wisdom, she would call them. I used to laugh my butt off. She goes, "Michael, lay down in the gutter with dogs, you wake up with fleas." I'm like, "Mom, what am I going to lay in the gutter with dogs?" You know, that isn't what she meant. That isn't what she meant at all. Now those words ring true in my heart for some reason. I'm remembering things she said that I forgot. Or choose to forget. I just didn't think she wanted me to have any fun. And now that I have a child and I'm a parent, there's nothing I wouldn't do for my child. So I understand now, Mom, what you meant. A little too late, but I know what you mean, you know. Thank you for being there, for putting up with me, my old hard-headed self, you know. Thank you for loving me. Now, my stepfather, that's a whole different story. I won't even get into that, but I'm supposed to forgive him, love him too. I do. I forgive him. He never really laid a hand on you. It was always me. But I didn't turn out too bad, Mom. And I'm kind of glad you're not here to see what's going on right now. You'd be hopping mad. You'd be out there with Martin Luther King on a soapbox throwing rocks at people and really upset. I know you would be. But that's why you're Mom. Sorry, I kind of got off track there for a second, but I believe we as human beings and as people have the ability, the power, and the wisdom to do anything that we set our minds to and our hearts to. Jesus said if we have faith the size of a mustard seed. Mustard seed is the tiniest seed in the family of seeds, yet it grows into one of the biggest trees that provides food and shelter and limbs for birds to lie on. Pretty amazing thing from a little bitty seed, isn't it? I think that's what he meant to say. We may be small, we may feel small sometimes, but we're not. We were created to be winners, to be leaders, and to help those around us. I say it's time we start doing it. Thank you for tuning in to this edition of March Madness, which is probably going to have to go under one of my videos called Reflections. That's the serious side of the madness. But either way, this is on my heart, and I had to... Oh, yeah, I forgot to say that I say today is... well, it's the 28th of February. About 2:35 in the morning right now, so thank you for tuning in. Wherever you are, sound of my voice, and if you watch this video, say you love your children. Just walk up and hug them for no reason at all. Call up your parents, your cousin, somebody that you haven't been getting along with, and make amends. Tell them you love them. Because I don't know how much more time we have to be able to make amends to people. We better start now. This is Mr. Clean Skull Dog signing off, saying, I love all y'all and be good to each other, okay? And take care.